Hello everyone, good morning. Like really early good morning to everyone, all of my friends in America. I am in Bali, Indonesia, and that is the dreaminess and magicalness behind me. And I will kind of pan a little bit. This is this is where I am for the next week. Yeah, it's freaking heaven. So there you have it. Anyway, just took a dip in the pool because it's 90 degrees and about 90% humidity. And I'm gonna get us started. It's a pretty spiritual week ahead. Again, this is such a magical land, and I really channeled in a lot of magic this for our M4 this week. So first off, we are starting with an element, which is actually a combination of two other elements, but brass. There was no gemstone this week. It's brass. So I just got this super freaking cool brass chakra necklace this morning, and I have another ring from Bali that's brass. There's something about brass and Bali for me. I don't know what it is, but it brings out the natural good in all of us, and it brings out our inner truth and the celestial good that's all around us. So how perfect and beautiful. So the natural good that we all have in us is brought out by the brass. It's composed of copper and zinc. It's a combination metal, and it boosts our immune system, and it also gives us courage. And if you saw the teeny tiny little pathways with water and steep cliffs overlooking the jungle and rice paddies that I'm walking on to get to this little villa, you could totally understand why I need maybe a little extra courage this week with my brass. So anyway, all right, moving on, our oils of the week. I got 2 oils, and again, everything came in really powerfully and strongly, and there was no like, well, we've never done an element before, everybody. Like, isn't there a gemstone somewhere? And it's like, no, it's brass. I was like, okay, got it. Anyway, oils of the week, Jasmine, which really is all around here as well. Such beautiful scents, flowers and scents everywhere. So jasmine I love to put on my, behind my ears, as you can see, on my throat, right under my nose, on my wrists. Unbelievably yummy. It's calming and soothes the mind. It alleviates fatigue, and I could be a little jet lagged, just saying. It's like 21 hours, couple of flights across the world here. It restores energy. Of course, the divine feminine is really embodied in jasmine, sensuality, and that it brings us right to the presence. It's such a right to the present moment. It is such a strong and beautiful scent that it literally wakes us up and brings us right to the moment, and brings also heightened spiritual awareness as well. So it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous oil, and I highly recommend getting some and wearing it all week. The second oil of the week is frankincense, oil of truth. So truth and presence has a lot to do with this week, and heightened spirituality. Those were the big themes that were coming in. And ultimately doing good. Like, that's what the brass has to do with, and it's so such a beautiful message for the week of just how can we do more good, just real simple. And sometimes it's literally just smiling and making eye contact with people. And the Balinese people are so friendly and kind and easy, and so I believe that that's part of what's happening, and what's coming in for all of us this week is to embody a little more of that, that natural good. So it's not being fake, right? It's that natural good and the natural goodness that's in all of us. Okay, so frankincense, oil of truth. I'm also putting that right on my wrists. You can also put it, on your neck. This was my gateway. This was my entry into doTERRA and into essential oils, was this frankincense. It just absolutely moves me every time I smell it. So it helps us. For this week, the frankincense is the oil of truth, and it's helping us to up-level our spirituality. It's supporting a transcendent awareness, and through that, freedom, which is such a big theme for me. So that's the frankincense, really an up-leveling of spirituality, supporting a transcendent awareness. And again, the jasmine brings us right to this present moment and is so really awakens our senses and awakens our brain, and is also calming at the same time. So okay. So for our cards, I chose a card at this beautiful cafe called Alchemy, where I had this amazing it's like a vegan organic cafe here in Bali, and right next to Ubud. And anyway, incredible. They have cards, in a little shop and things. And the card that I chose, as I was there this morning, I was like, ooh, let me choose a card for our community. And the card that I chose is I am infinite consciousness. Hello. I was like, well, that's a big concept. So I am infinite consciousness. So that's what we're working with. That's the energy we're working with this week. And then I picked cards that I brought with me for this M4 and for next week's M4 as well. And the one that I chose was Inner Temple. Again, so perfect. And it's about devotion, reminding us to tune into the portal of our heart. We are being called to have a more spiritual life. Daily practices that soothe, warm us, bring happiness, connection with ourselves, with our community, and with the divine. All of the answers to all of our questions that we all seek are found in the portal of our heart. So that just allows me to sink into myself a couple more feet, it feels like. Anyway, so that is our beautiful card from Rebecca Campbell. And then our final card is how can I be more flexible right now? And so this card talks about what are we all trying to control? And, remind yourself that you're safe and you're fine. And even when we up-level our spirituality and might feel a little out of our normal comfort zone, that we are safe and we are fine and we are flexible and we are resilient. We can handle it. We have the courage. We have the brass tacks. We have the courage to handle it. And when we rise up in this way, everyone around us rises with us. We take everyone in our community with us. We take everyone in our family with us, whether they know it or not, whether they're conscious of it or not. So, I love all of you. Have a gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful day. It is like 3:45 or so in the afternoon here. I'm exactly 12 hours ahead of the East Coast in the U.S. And so it'll be kind of fun. Many of you will get to wake up to this. Some of you are night owls. Hello, it's 3:45 in the morning. And which is fun too. It's fun to do these at different times. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful week. I will hold you all in my heart and keep you close as I spend this really sacred, beautiful, magical week here in Bali. Take good care. Love you. Namaste.